YouTube. What's up? It's your boy, Original Dogman John Castro. This video is gonna be on Troy Dyson, Troy D247 Mall on YouTube.com. Exposing this dude in the fragrance game. This fragrance community exposing him. What he did in the dating game, the dating community. He was a dating coach, a dating counselor, and how he messed over some people. Um, his dating teachings, his teachings about dating and teaching men and women how to date and how to hook up, how to game, the websites and all the reviews. Nada. There's nothing you can find out there that has a positive review about him actually having positive results as far as teaching people how to date or how to hook up. The last time that I heard that were the positive reviews that he did have was his mother and his father, also his girlfriend, going to the reviews and actually giving a positive review. If you go to ripoffreport.com, I believe it's called Ripoff Report, you see that Troy Dyson is under one of the articles under there, a backlog, if you will, of how this dude is a scam artist and shit. So I made a video and people were asking him certain questions. He made a response video thinking that he was going to get a jump on us, but we already got the jump on him. It's already out there. And if you listen to what he says, oh, my girlfriend's always asking me to talk about dating on my YouTube. He says it's never the right time. And he says the only time it's going to be the right time is when someone starts snooping about my past and then exposing me, and then I'll start talking about it, which is all bullshit. You guys will see all his bullshit, his disingenuine fucking talk. You can tell it, you can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it. It's fucking all lies. So here's Troy Dyson, and he made this YouTube video, and I'd like you guys
Hey,
to
what is up,
listen.
guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, on point reviews all day, every day. This is not a review video, but this is sort of like a personal get to know me video today, guys. Okay, so there are some pretty snoopy people on Fragcom. I used to think that, man, fragrances are just all about that and smelling great, and that's it.
So I want to let you guys know something. I didn't go snooping for this information. People gave it to me in my Facebook Messenger, and they've been messaging me about Troy Dyson, always talking about, please keep exposing this fraud. So this is what I'm doing. I'm exposing this fraud, and I'm going to let you guys know what's up. So let's listen on.
But I guess there are just some people that want to go beyond that, and I think it's weird, but whatever. But they did bring.
You think it's weird? The reason why people are exposing you is because of your disingenuous ways. The way you do business is lame, dude. You rob people blindly. You try to screw over DB. DB exposed you, and now more people are coming out and exposing you for what you've done in your past, as well as your present, and even in your future. Because I know you will remain a fraud. Let's continue, guys.
Up part of my past, guys, and I'm here to talk about it because it is really true. It is part of my past, and I'd rather that it comes straight from.
Exactly, it is really true. Just because you've done something in your past doesn't mean that you are forgiven, or that you cannot sin, or that you do not carry that sin into the present and into the future. Just because you have done something in your past doesn't mean that you are not accountable for it today, son. Understand that. If you go to court today, if you go to in the court of law today, and you tell the judge that you committed the crime 10 years ago, the judge will throw your ass in the motherfucking slammer.
My mouth rather than from anybody else. So, anyways, it is true that during my youth, I used to be a dating coach or a consultant. Okay, not anymore, obviously.
All right, you'll hear the background noise where it says, whoa, during his youth, he used to be a dating coach. How the fuck are you a dating coach when you're a teenager? Basically coming out of your teens. I don't understand that, people. I'll tell you why. Because he read a book that was written by an adult. And he took that book and he misused many people with that book. I'll explain why.
I am happily married. I've been happily married for 10 years. I've got two wonderful kids. So, I mean, it's definitely way back in my past. And how long was it? How long ago was I doing that? It was like back in 2004. Okay, so it's 2020, 2004.
Like I said, he did it again. It was in 2004. Then you hear the background crowd going, "Whoa, no! I don't care how long ago it was. If you're guilty, you're guilty. You're still the same person that you've always been in 2004 that you are right now." Why do we know this? Because you're trying to bring up the dating scene back into your life again after you screwed over all those people in the past. You haven't learned. You haven't forgiven yourself, and you haven't asked for forgiveness from those people. Period. Point blank.
That's like 16 years of like knowing this stuff. And yeah, I used to do that. Now,
This dude's trying to sell himself. And my girl said he's trying to sell himself. He hypes himself out. He has a big head. He's too prideful. You hear about all the prideful shit that he's done, all the places that he's traveled, London, the UK, all these other places that he's traveled. He's attended these seminars, and these people have paid him to teach other people to know how to date and talk to women. You'll hear it. Pay attention.
let me tell you guys a story for those that are interested. So at least you have at least some sort of understanding.
No one was really interested until we started exposing you. No one was interested in your backstory, homie. We started exposing you, and you thought that you can get a jump on us by talking about it. You're not going to cut us off. I'm going to let you know that now. You're not going to get the jump on us, all right? We are exposing you, and we've been exposing you, and we will continue to expose you. And every little bit of exposure that we can do on you, we will do, and people will see how fucking stupid you really are.
Of how this happened. So back in '04, there was a book that came out. It was a dating book that was so huge, guys, that at the time it created $1 million industry. A huge $1 million industry, guys. Okay, because if you dial it back to those years,
The book didn't create the $1 million industry. The $1 million industry was just there. The book took advantage of the $1 million industry. The $1 million industry is the people. What's the mindset of the culture and the people and the ethnic background back then in many different cities and cultures? They didn't have internet. They didn't have connections, Wi-Fi, all this, that mobile phones. They didn't have this way of connecting with other people around the world. All right. So the book took advantage of the $1 million industry. The book didn't create the $1 million industry. Let's continue.
there was no Facebook, there's no Tinder, there's no eHarmony, there's no like Christian dating, like none of that stuff. Okay, so technology at that time was really not that big. People just would get phone numbers and then that's it. Like I think the only social media thing that was out there at that time, it was Friendster and MySpace. Okay, so at that time this book came.
Even with that, there was Facebook, MySpace. There was other couple sites like Yahoo Chat. There was MySpace forums where people were dating. There were others. There were newspaper, the classifieds, and all this other stuff. But he won't admit that. This is part of his game here that he's trying to throw to y'all.
Out. It was a revolutionary dating book. I mean, it blew up all around the world. Okay, it was called The Game. Okay, and with that came these like seminars. Okay, because it was the only way that people would find out about it. It was through like seminars and boot camps, like every weekend, costing pretty much like $1,000 to $2,000 a weekend. Okay, pretty huge industry, like I said. And for me, I was like right smack dab in the middle of all this stuff. I was a single guy. I had a bunch of friends that had read the book. And so, just like a single guy would, I was going out, I was dating, I was enjoying my bachelorhood to the max, okay, to the max. But it came to a point where some of my friends actually asked me to do a seminar, okay? They wanted me to teach them and that they would pay me to do it, okay? And at that time, I was just.
Okay, did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear the lie and the untruthfulness in him? He said he had a bunch of his friends that read the book. Then he turned around and he said he had some of his friends ask him to teach them how to date girls. Well, why didn't he just recommend them to the book? Why charge? What kind of friend are you that you charge your friend $20 instead of just telling them to read the book or handing them the book or passing the book down, huh? What kind of motherfucker are you that you would charge your friends to teach them something that you read out of a book? This is who we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. The bullshit within this dude. Y'all hear it? Y'all see it? Hope y'all see it. I need y'all to see this. Please see this. Because this dude is as fraudulent as they fucking come.
It's like, really, you're. And sorry, by the way, for that background noise. That's just my kids. And I was
Wow, I like the way he said that. I really like the way he said that. 10 years. He's got a kid. Daughter looks like she's 5. I don't know. She may be 10. I'm not here to talk about the kids. But the way he said it was like, that's just my kid. Is it like a goat? A billy goat? A kid? You know? Why don't you just say that's my baby or my child or my honey? I always tell that to my baby here. That's my baby. Y'all hear me say it all the time. You my baby? That's right. She's my baby. That's my passion, my heart. I was like, that's my kid. That's my kid. Like she's a damn goat or the animal or something. Here we go.
It's like, okay, well, let's do $20, okay, just for my time. And so I did teach them back in the day for $20 each. That seminar literally caught fire and grew and became famous because at that time we didn't have.
So now he's responsible. I gotta sneeze, my bad. He's responsible for these seminars. He's responsible for these seminars because he read this book. He's claiming that he is responsible for these seminars. Let's listen.
Instagram or anything like that. We didn't have Facebook groups, but we did have like these Yahoo groups. So word spread quickly, you know, and then eventually within probably a month of that, that one little seminar that I made, people were actually flying over from like San Francisco, from New York, some from Russia, and they were coming to like meet me, you know, and I mean, I just rode with it. I was like, wow, like this is where it is. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, so I was like doing that for.
So people were coming in from Russia, from other places, and he just rode with it. He didn't have any contracts. He didn't have any contracts written out. He didn't have any safeguards. He didn't have any disclaimers. He just rode with it. He didn't give a fuck. He just rode with it. People were coming to see him, and he rode with it. So basically, what he's telling us was that he was just, as he was doing this shit, he was just playing it by ear. And accidentally became famous within the whole Kahoot shit. This wasn't intentional. This was him fucking around, people. Alright, so this dude is no expert here. Let's get that out the way right now. But let's listen to some more what he had to say.
People that were, you know, they used to fly me in. And then I used to get these phone calls from people from different countries I never heard of. And so they would say, well, I'll fly you out to meet me in the country and so you can teach me there. And also at that time, I started a blog. So I started writing articles. I started talking about my experiences and my advice. And yeah, people were flying me out. Okay, like I flew out to places like Dubai, Singapore, the UK.
Just pay attention to the big headedness, you guys. Pay attention to all the pictures and the videos he puts up. Singapore, Dubai, London, blah, 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 blah. This dude is bragging hard, man. I'm talking about big head, prideful motherfucker here. Woo.
In, I mean, London, all over Europe, guys, Germany. I flew to actually teach those guys out there. I mean, that was the method of doing it at that time, you know, and it was so successful, in fact, that I was fully booked for years. Every weekend was me flying out for about 4 years, okay? And, you know, it was really funny because at the time I was a student.
Every fucking weekend he was booked for 4 years. Damn. Damn. Every weekend he was booked for 4 years. Do you know how famous and how rich you would have gotten if that was the case? In every country? I mean, I'm talking about every weekend he was flying to a new country.
It sounds to me as if he's portraying himself as a broke international playboy.
I'm not trying to laugh. Don't say anymore, baby. Don't say anymore. You a broke international playboy. Well, let's come on. Let's go.
You know, and I'll never forget like my microbiology class where, you know,
Oh shit, he's bragging about his education, y'all. His microbiology class. And then watch this, listen. Every weekend, he'll go to another country, he'll fly out to another country, y'all. But he wants to brag about his microbiology. Why did you just say my school, college? Why you gotta say microbiology class? Why? Because it was one instance. It wasn't multiple instances where he was in uh his psychology 101 class or his you know math 161 class or some shit, right? It was his microbiology class. He had to specify. But let's listen. Let's listen.
I would be like in a hurry, and the ladies at the class were like, "Where are you going? Like, how come you're such in a hurry?" And I was just like, I'm going to London like right now. Like I'm supposed to check in like in about 3 hours, and they were really
Y'all like the way he did that? When he said London, you seen how the screen popped up with the picture of London? There's the picture of London right there. That's him right there. Picture of London. Well, I'm telling you, man, this dude got some prideful shit with him. That's a sin, man. Clogs up your mind, clogs up your way, your frame of thinking. You can't see clearly with shit like this, with the way he's thinking. His mental attributes, his cognitive faculty, mush. This is mush, people. This is programming at its best. Reflex motherfuckers programmed by society at its best. Let's listen.
like, what? Like, and it was great extra money as well while I was studying. So as I was studying, I had like this, actually, it's not extra money. It was like really solid income from these boot camps, like me flying around. So I was doing that for like a lot of years. And, I've
So was it people calling you out or was it boot camps? Was it boot camp set up by a company or what? Because they were paying you. You weren't paying yourself. They were paying you. But I'm still trying. We're gonna get to the bottom of this shit, y'all.
I've appeared in a few, TV shows in my local country in the Philippines. So I've been on MTV. I've been on the big radio stations at one time, magazines. So yeah, it was really a fun time. And like I said, it was.
Yet he's been on these radio stations. He's been on MTV. He's been on magazines. But yet, not one positive result of a matchmaking or someone who's met their couple according to his way of teaching them and who can and has a result or review online anywhere. It's all fake. It's either by his father or his mother or his girlfriend or his family members who have been writing these results, and this has been proven. This has been proven. My daughter wants to say something. What did you say when you heard this? What was it you said? Come over here. Come on in the screen. Come on, baby. Come on. I involve my family and stuff like this. So see, my daughter peeps game. When she gets older, she gonna peep game on scam artists like y'all. She gonna know what's up. She gonna know. What you guys say, honey?
Um, have you watched TikTok? He's selling himself.
He's selling himself. Give me 5, girl. Give me 5. He's selling himself. He's selling himself, man. What else did you say about what was it she said earlier?
Oh my gosh, and it floored me because a child can pick it out.
What was it?
Pathetic it was.
Try to remember. Well, let's listen to some more.
It was very, very successful, guys. I was so happy to, bring all that advice to a lot of people. A lot of people end up, they end up really happily married, or at least they got a lot more confidence out of that, and they had a better awareness of what was going on. Okay, so that's why, guys, and that's why when I do review these perfumes and I talk about date night, I talk about seduction, attraction, I really mean it. Like it doesn't come from a place of like mental masturbation. Unlike some other people out there who probably have never dropped a thing talking about panty droppers. Well, I mean, I'm not. This is for real. Like I'm really telling y'all, this is.
I got it.
What?
That it blowed my mind off when he said what is it? When he thought about when he goes back into his dating and he's already married.
That's right. Give me
right.
5, girl.
That's
Give me
right.
5. See, my daughter peeping game, baby. See, this is the dude, and later on in this video, he says, it's nice to go back and think about when he used to date people back in the day, but yet this dude's married. My daughter picked that up in this video when we first watched it earlier. When we first listened to a little bit of it.
is really a seductive fragrance, So that's, little hints of that comes out in my perfume reviews. And then eventually, guys, part of what I do is I also dress up people. I mean, I really do, like whether it's personal shopping or we shop together to fix like their image, their fashion. And that really moved on to my mall business. So eventually, I got married and then I got a kid, my first kid, and I just
You got married, you got a kid.
He sounds, when he says it, hit the volume and the way he says it is so depressing. Like
Yeah, like when he says, I got married and I got a kid.
like yeah, like
That
like
sounds.
he made a mistake.
That sounds like he's just tired of it.
Yeah.
Tired of being there.
You're tired of being there. Am I tired? Come here, baby. Am I tired of you? Am I tired of my sweetheart? Bruh, you sound so depressed when you talk about your kids and your family, man.
part of me didn't want to do it really. Like I just wanted to limit it, you could say, but I didn't really want to be flying out every weekend to, I don't know, talk.
He didn't want to be flying out every weekend while he was single. Pay attention to this, y'all. He didn't want to fly out every weekend while he was single to meet all these beautiful women. Yet in these pictures, he was hugging up with all these females and showing pictures with these females and these prepubescent females with no tits. These weren't women. These were little kids. These were teenagers. All right, y'all see the pictures. Y'all seen the pictures online. Y'all can look at my YouTube. It's there. You'll see it. But let's listen.
The girls and teach guys to talk to girls and deal with all of that. So eventually I moved into the fashion business. So when I moved into that, that's where the mall came to be. Actually, it started about 2013. So that's where that came to be. And I do collect a lot of stuff. So just like with perfumes, back in the day used to be sneakers and, high fashion clothing and stuff with
That sneaker deal, that sneaker thing, man. So many people get screwed over with the trading, the swapping, the buying, the selling of sneakers. That shit, the old school sneakers, fixing them up, the Jordans, the Yeezys. Yeah, people get fucked over. Y'all see that shit online. That shit is whack.
value like that. So
Though sometimes it is a lot of money. I will not lie, but it's still whack. It ain't a legit business.
I ran that for about several years. Okay, still now actually. So that's how I moved into that. It was kind of like you could say like a blessing in disguise, because it's like it was like an old chapter of my life, bachelorhood, and so I kind of just moved on into being a family man and a dad, and that's what happened, and that's why I love fragrances and reviewing fragrances because it's a perfect like post you can say like a retirement thing. Like it's almost like if you're like a happy dad. Family man, it's just great to review fragrances. Every now and then I get to think about back in the day and dating and stuff like that, and I can bring that into my reviews. And actually, my wife.
So he's married, but he likes to think about back in the day when he was dating. He wants to think about all those women. You're not ready for marriage, man. You might as well divorce your wife now if you thinking about back in the day when you were dating. Or I doubt you really screwed all these women, to be honest with you. But yeah, back in the day when you were trying to screw all these women. yeah.
Actually asked me before. She was like, "Well, when are you gonna bring up your dating stuff? Like you should. You should bring those up. On your."
Oh wow. His wife. I think he's either using his wife as a shield or he's lying on his wife.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's lying.
Yeah. Why would your wife tell you to bring up all your old dating shit on your YouTube fragrance channel, man? No. Babe, would you want me to talk about my dating back in the day? When I was dating all these hoes and tricks and
Hell no. I don't even like you talking about it now.
That's a real woman right there, baby. That's a real woman right there. You understand what I'm saying? That's a real woman. She don't want me talking about that shit. Why? Because that's my past. That's my bullshit past. And that's your bullshit past. You have a family and some kids to raise, motherfucker. You don't need to be reminiscing about some whole shit that you did back in the day on your YouTube fragrance channel, you dumbass. You a lame cocksucker, boy. Let's listen. Let's listen. Look, I'm almost done with the video. I could stop it here. We expose this dude and have fun. Everybody have fun. Make fun of this cocksucker. But we'll keep on. We'll listen. Let's listen. Let's listen. See what the stupid shit he has to say.
channel. And I told her, like, it's just not the right time. I guess the right time will happen if somebody, some Snoopy guy, decides to let the
See? Now he says his wife asked him, said, why didn't you talk about your dating stuff on your YouTube channel? He's like, it's not the right time. The right time would be when some Snoopy guy starts talking about all the bullshit that I did back in the day and bring it up to my. So now what he's doing is he's deflecting. He's trying to put up a shield. He's trying to jump the gun. He's trying to jump us. We know that we have already exposing him about his dating bullshit. So now he's using his wife as a shield. That's a shame, man. You put your wife in the middle of this, man. You should have more fucking pride than that, bro. And I guarantee you his wife ain't have shit to do with it. If his wife did, she ain't a real woman. Like I said, my girl tell me straight up, she wouldn't want me talking about my past or none of my fucking exes. Straight the fuck up.
world know, okay? And then that's probably when I'll come in. So in the end, whatever they were trying to do, like, it was actually a good thing for me. Because, I mean, I get to tell my story now. And, let me know in the comments if you would like me to talk about.
Man, that's so disingenuous, man. That is so disingenuous. He said, his wife asked him, why don't you talk about your dating stuff? Then he said, it's not the right time. The right time would be when somebody Snoopy came and started talking about it. Really? That's what you really said? You're going to talk about it when people bring it up? Your wife asked you, you said, no, I'm going to talk about it when somebody exposes me. This dude is lame.
Dating, okay? So, but yeah, I mean, I'm happily married. It's been a long time, since then. And I don't
Yeah. You're so happily married that you sound so depressed when you talk about your kids. You want to reminisce about your dating past. Really, dude? You put your wife in the middle of this. You throw pictures of your wife and your family up in the middle of this controversy when you're supposed to be trying to defend yourself against all these allegations, which we know are true because we have multiple sources. You're on ripoffreport.com for ripping off people and ripping off their fucking money. You have no positive results. The results are only from your family members. You screwed over a dude and stole his girl. You made the dude leave the gaming scene, right? You made this dude turn away from trying to find women at a young age or trying to find a girlfriend, right? That's what you did, man. We got the text messages and all of it. You lame, man. You a lame cocksucker, bro.
regret these things. Okay, so for those idiots that are thinking that, it's gonna smear him if we bring out something from the past, not really, because that was a really happy time in my life. I don't regret it. Like,
Oh, you don't regret all the bullshit you did? And you think because it's your past that you're not accountable for it right now? Really? You believe that? So if you go in a court of law right now and you tell the judge that all the bullshit you did in your dating past, you say, yeah, I committed all those crimes and sins. You think the judge gonna let you go, bro? You think the people gonna let you go? You think the collective consciousness is gonna let you go, man? No, you're guilty. You are guilty as charged. And you haven't repented, you haven't changed. Why? Because you're still trying to bring up the same shit that you did. You're still trying to do the same shit that you did right now. You're trying to bring it on to this YouTube channel, and you're trying to fuck over people in this YouTube community like you did back then. Mic drop, bitch.